Nigeria, we have to work together. We have to work together. When you don't work with the people that you are representing, you're going to run into hitches, you're going to run into ditches. Now, this will bring us to the fact that in the news, we're hearing that Chinda, a House of Rep member of Rivers State, in the House of Representatives, for whatever reason that he has seen fit to call for the impeachment of President Buhari. Now, politics is about doing what the law says is allowed. So, for instance, whatever the reason is, whether it is wrong or it is right, it is allowed that if a member feels, or the people feel, that a president needs or has to be impeached, you cannot impeach a president unless you call for the impeachment of that president. And before you can proceed with the process of impeachment of a president or a house of a Senate, a president of the Senate president, a president of a country, the governor, whatever. If you're calling for an impeachment of a politician, there has to be processes that this call will undertake. And if the call is faulty, it will be turned down. It will be thrown out. But if the call is not faulty and you don't have enough members, even if it is right, it will still not take place. So, for instance, calling for the impeachment of someone like President Buhari by a South-South representative, as in this case of Rivers State, even if everybody agrees with him in the South-South, he will still not be able, it will still not sail through, because the North has more representation in the House of Representatives. So if they vote to impeach Buhari, it won't go through. So that should not stop. That should not stop a member from calling for the impeachment of a president. It shouldn't. So it is unacceptable and oppressive to hear that the House of Representatives, the leadership of the House of Representatives, or the House, some members, are calling for the discipline of Chinda. I do not accept that. Why should they call for his discipline? What did he do that is outside of the right of a member to call for the impeachment of a president of a country? Even Donald Trump, the process for Donald Trump to be impeached started and it finished. So the country, the political arena, and the country Nigeria is not owned, is not a personal property of APC, nor is it a personal property of President Buhari. Goodluck Jonathan, people called for his impeachment while he was president. Not once. I don't think even not twice. Every time people were calling for the impeachment of Goodluck Jonathan. And I didn't hear in the 5 years that anybody was threatened that they will be disciplined. Discipline him for what? Is he representing you? Is he representing your state that you're disciplining him? Because Chinda said that the president, even when they were collecting signatures, I remember when signatures were being collected against Jonathan for his impeachment, the people that carried it on their head were even South people that carried it on their head to impeach Goodluck Jonathan at the time that he was president. So the fact that Chinda said that the president should be impeached for whatever reason, that he is making the call for impeachment. All they need to do is, if he does not have enough backing, then it won't go through. But to say that he's going to be disciplined. Disciplined by whom? I repeat, Nigeria is not a personal property of President Buhari. Politics of Nigeria is not his personal property for them to do whatever they want. The fact that they get away, people who believe Nigeria belongs to them get away with what they do, is because the people, the electorate, allows them to get away with what they are doing. If not, why would anybody say that you will discipline a member of the House of Representatives because he called for the impeachment of Buhari? A lot of times, I repeat, impeachment of Jonathan was called for, and it was put in process. The signatures were collected to impeach Jonathan. His resignation, people were constantly calling for Jonathan to resign, and some of them are still in that House of Representatives. So I don't see how any House of Representatives is going to discipline Chinda. He is not a member of their party. He is not a member of APC. He is a member of another political party. He is not representing any other state but Rivers State and his constituency in Rivers State in the House of Representatives. So to threaten, to discipline someone that other Nigerians have voted for is more or less saying that you are going to discipline the constituency that he represents. You have no right to discipline anybody in their home, in their state, in their local government, in their constituency. He is sent there by a people. And if he says that, then he's saying it on behalf of his people. He's saying it on behalf of Rivers State. I want to call on politicians, and I want to call on the APC government that no matter how badly and recklessly they are governing this country, Nigeria, that one day, the day and the tenure of this government will come to an end. And it is marked to come to an end by the calculations of how politics is done in Nigeria. On the 29th of May, 2023, this particular government will come to an end democratically, because we will, Nigerians will go for election and they will vote for people. This particular government that is led by Buhari today will not stand for election. They won't, because they cannot do more than 2 tenures. The president cannot go for more than 2 tenures. His vice cannot go for more than 2 tenures. they so to say that somebody will be disciplined, I think it's just a baseless threat, because whether President Buhari likes it or not, unless if he's going to extend his stay as president by force, if he's not going to extend it by force, and we're going to go through democratic processes of voting for a new president, then whether he likes it or not, he's going, because he's not standing for election. And so for this government to continue to terrorize, if you like, fellow politicians, and by so doing, terrorizing we the people that are being represented, are things that are unacceptable, are behaviors that are unacceptable, and these are behaviors that we should look at. Now, I want to begin to round up by calling the attention of all politicians of South origin, of the 6 states that make up the South geopolitical zone, that to represent a people should be a privilege. It is a privilege. It's not by force. And that we have had NDDC, that we have had Ministry of Niger Delta, that we have had Amnesty, and really and truly cannot show anything that justifies the people that have been appointed to execute, to manage this representation of the people of the Niger Delta. Is a shame. It continues to be unacceptable, and it must stop. It must stop. The NDDC is not a cash cow for politicians, whether those politicians are from the South or from any other part of Nigeria. And the only way that we can put an end to this is by us, we the people of this geopolitical zone, of the Niger Delta region, of the oil-producing states, getting up and saying enough is enough. Enough is enough, first of all, to the people who are picked to represent us, and second, to the government in Abuja that handpicks the people to represent us in the NDDC, in the Ministry of Niger Delta, and in the Amnesty, but being picked to do the will of the people that appoints them, and really not to do what is in the best interest of the Niger Delta people, of the Niger Delta region. Now, how do we go about putting an end to all of these things? You see, in my opinion, and from my experience, the Niger Delta people whom are appointed into these positions do what they do, and get away with what they get away with, simply because we, the Niger Delta people, allow it. If we do not allow it, it will not happen. We allow it. It was, I believe that the governors of the South, I believe they went to court, and they also were saying that the NDDC, and I suppose maybe to a large extent, even the Ministry of Niger Delta, should not execute projects in the states without the knowledge of the people or even the governors of the state. Now, some people look at this thing differently. I definitely look at it differently. I do not disagree with that position of the governors. The reason why I do not disagree is very simply this: that if the NDDC wants to undertake the construction of a road, for instance, if the NDDC wants to do the road between Emoha Obakri Junction all the way to Abonima into Obonoma, let us say, because this is a very critical road for all the riverine people of these three local government areas. Now, if the NDDC wants to do a high quality road that will give us a good road that we are lacking up till today so far, it is in the interest of both the NDDC, the people of the three local government areas, Akugutoro, Asalga, and Delga, for the governor of Rivers State to be aware that, look, NDDC, we have decided to go ahead and build this road, because that road has been like that for decades. So if the state government has not done it, and the NDDC is going to do it, it is good that the NDDC tells the state government. It's not that it is seeking the permission of the state government. No, it is not. It is informing the state government that this is the road we want to construct next year. Now, if the state government now says, oh, we too were mobilizing to site in December, then NDDC can choose another road or another project in the Akukutoro, Delga, Salga area. Not projects that we cannot see, like silting. What is silting? There is no silting going on anywhere in those places. Money is being carted away in the name of silting, for instance. Now, I have used this particular issue as a point of demonstrating where it is necessary for governments and agencies to work together for the interest of the people, not their interests, not their egos, not their political party, not their political aspirations and ambition, but for the interest of the people, for the interest of the people. So now, collectively, therefore, it is in the interest of the people of this region that this synergy, it is a synergy. It doesn't prove that the governor is smaller or bigger, or the NDDC MD is smaller or bigger. It doesn't prove so. It is we, the people, that suffer when this type of argument carries on. So going into the new year, I think these are things that we're going to have to address as a people for our own interests and for the future of our region and our local government and our development. That's one. Two, the issue of appointing a sole administrator. We will come back to this issue. The issue of appointing a sole administrator for NDDC. Please, the NDDC is set up for our interest and our good, not to destroy us, and not for, and not, oh gosh, and not for, and not to be used against us. The appointment of MD of NDDC was already agreed upon. The method, it is to be a rotational appointment. Rotational appointment by alphabetical order. It is a rotational appointment considering that there are ethnic nationalities in the different states that make up the Niger Delta states. It is only in Bayelsa that we would not have this type of issues arising. When you come to Rivers State, you have the Ikwere, you have Ogoni, you have the Ijo, you have the Ekpeye, you have Eleme, you have Egi, you have Abua, you have Awuda, you have so many other ethnic nationalities. It doesn't matter how small they are or how big they are. So the same thing in Akwa Ibom, the same thing in Delta State, the same thing in Edo and Cross River State. You have different ethnic nationalities. Now, within the NDDC, you have other oil-producing states from different geopolitical zones. Abia and Imo are southeast. They are oil-producing. Ondo is southwest. It is oil-producing. Now, when you come to appoint a Rivers person as MD, for instance, while making this appointment, you must put into consideration that there are ethnic nationalities in Rivers State. And so, depending on how many appointments on the NDDC board is going to go to, say, for Rivers State, you have to be careful. The government has to be careful how it makes these appointments. And so we find ourselves in a situation where the issue of sole administrator is not necessarily a new concept in the word, but definitely in the management of NDDC, it is a new word that is being infused into NDDC. And there is no place in NDDC for sole administrator. What is sole administrator? I don't understand. We should not accept it. It should not be accepted. Now, there is also the argument that the board, when the board is constituted, that the MD should actually go to Delta State. These are the arguments that people are making. And that if it goes to Delta State, then it should go to this ethnic group and not this ethnic group, because Delta, oh gosh, and we can see the mess that our own people are allowing themselves to be used to ferment trouble in the Niger Delta region by their masters who are strangers to the Niger Delta. APC did not exist when NDDC was created. And yet today, APC, I can categorically say in my reasoning and my analysis, APC as a government is tearing the NDDC, the Ministry of Niger Delta, the amnesty program apart. And I believe that the APC intends to completely destabilize the Niger Delta region by destabilizing and destroying the idea of the NDDC, of the Ministry of Niger Delta, and the amnesty program. And this is where we, the people of the Niger Delta, have to be careful. We've moved from the Minister of Ministry of Niger Delta to where the NDDC was now shifted to be under the Ministry of Niger Delta, which it was not at creation. And all of these things are taking place under the APC government. And now it's becoming very clear why that was done. So that both the NDDC, both the Ministry of Niger Delta, and even the amnesty program can come under the control of a particular set of people that will milk the Niger Delta Commission and agencies and ministry dry, destroying the people of the Niger Delta, destroying our future, and using our people to achieve what it is that they are achieving. As we move into 2021, it should be necessary, it must be necessary for the people of the Niger Delta, the different groups that we have in the Niger Delta, to really, from Akwa Ibom to Bayelsa to Rivers State, all the 6 Niger Delta states, to call a spade a spade. It's not about APC, it's not about PDP, it's not about any personality. It is about the personalities of the people of the Niger Delta region. So, on this note, the people who are perpetrating this destabilizing of the Niger Delta region, both politically and developmentally, are Niger Delta people, because they allow themselves to be used by strangers. And I believe very strongly that until we, the people of the Niger Delta region, tell ourselves that we will no longer refer to dishonorable Niger Delta sons and daughters as honorable, and confront them with the dishonor that they are perpetrating against us, the future of the Niger Delta, apart from all the disasters that we have endured in 2020, apart from all the disasters that is looming, and the mischief and mishap that is looming, the only people who can take their fate in their hands and do something about it is the Niger Delta people. if we do not cast politics aside, that is, I mean political parties to the side, if we do not accept that a Niger Delta person who is a bad person is not working in the interest of Niger Delta region, and therefore his political party notwithstanding is an enemy of the Niger Delta people. If we do not take this decision and act on this decision, then the blame must come first to the people of the Niger Delta, because you cannot continue to see what is happening and continue to keep quiet because you're a member of a political party. In that note, I say once again, have a very Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. And hopefully we pray God give us all life. And in 2021, we will be back on air as soon as we can. The first Wednesday of 2021, we will be back on air. Thank you very much for tuning in. God bless you and have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.
NinjaPhoenix.com. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up. Don't give up the fight. Preacher man, don't tell me heaven is on the earth. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up for your right. Get up, stand up.
Subscribe to my YouTube channel at Ann-Q Bricks for notifications and updates. Also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all at